Welcome to RideGurukul.com. I'm Deepak Rai, and today we'll discuss a new era of productivity with handy macros for Confluence. Imagine a world where managing page status, dates, and tasks becomes not just efficient but downright seamless with handy macros for Confluence. With handy macros, you can effortlessly change statuses, update dates, and track progress with a single click, all while saving valuable time. Explore the power of drop downs in tables, date pickers for tasks and milestones, and dynamic cards and buttons for engaging and organized Confluence pages. Witness transformative experience where every status is changed and timestamp is not just tracked but becomes catalyst for enhanced collaboration. Join us as we revolutionize the way you work within Confluence, making your content more engaging, organized, and impactful. Whenever you navigate into the app sections, from here you can search for handy macros for Confluence created by Stealth Soft, and you can see this is having a lot more things to do. At the end of the video, I will give you some important tips where you can utilize it, and throughout this complete video will talk how we can add and use it for our regular life or to make our life easy. At the time of installations, you'll find try it for free, and even you can opt it from enterprise versions. Coming down to the security part, you can see this is a part of cloud fortified, which means this is reliable to use, which gives you a cloud security participations, reliability checks, and 24-hour support response time. If you want to read their privacy and security informations, get it from here. And this is a part of Marketplace Bug Bounty program. If you can see review, this is again 3.8 out of 4 reviews which is received from user. And as a part of installment, you can see 2000 plus installed. Now, based on that, you can take decisions how you can proceed further. Once the installation is done, navigate into the configurations page. From the configurations page, you have to see this handy page status. First, you have to enable it. And once you enable, you will see handy macros are added into your Confluence pages. Now let me close this. This is again, whenever you will navigate into any page sections, you will find add status. So here you can see the status. We'll discuss each and everything in detail. Throughout this video, I will explain you handy status, handy page status, as well as handy dates. But handy macros are not limited at all on these aspects. So you can also see several other things available within this handy macros. So here you can see these are the options available within the page which contains handy status, handy page status, handy date, handy cards, handy timestamp, slider, button, and poll, which might be helpful for your end user requirement. Let's talk about handy status first. Handy status with the native Confluence page or properties and page properties report macros to enhance status management and consistency on our Confluence pages. For example, if you need some information with certain status to be displayed on both Confluence pages and make sure that once the status is changed on the first page, it's also changed on the second page as well. Page properties report can help you out, and its status works perfectly within both of them. So if you're a user, you want to apply these features to multiple use cases, thus it's possible to manage efficiently. Let's consider one example where any user who is working on multiple activities and he wants to maintain the status. By using this, that person will be able to do it. So start with it. First, he or she has to create the status. Here you can click on create status set. In one status, you can see different items available, which means status, background color, text color, preview, and even if you want to delete this status, you can also delete it. Based on your requirement, you can add the status. Here we have added again. And if you want to create a new status set, you can also create it. So let's consider I want to create it for development. Once I will create a development, again, I will get some options to create their set. As of now, I don't want to create the set, but here you can specify the status name, background color, text color, and it will be added successfully. If you want to add n number of steps, you can add it. So this is how we can add or manage status. Post adding the status, let's consider you're working on any page which require some status to be managed like this. So let's consider you are tracking the project status where it is lying. Here I've listed some of the project's name, and in front of that I map with their status. If you want to manage it, simply you have to add from the edit section. Simply you can add project name. Let me add Luda Acting is the project name, and to add the status, here just enter and then press forward slash and then add handy status, which is much more easier. So here to insert the handy status macros, you have to select the status set in which status you want to tag it. Let's consider I'm tagging in testing, and here you can add the status. As of now, I want to mark this as completed. Click on insert and this will be added successfully. If you want to add or synchronize the page label with the status, you can add label prefix. So let's consider I want to add the prefix as testing. Here, post that I can include it. Now you can see this project is added successfully, and whenever we are calling with the prefix and search options, this will be available. So here, by using the status, we can maintain the complete project status very quickly. So how we can add or define the status, map with the status, and whenever we want, we can add the label. Even I've explained how we can delete the status set as well. Let's consider you want to change the status. In the page itself, if you want to modify the status from completed to review, you can update it very quickly. This has been set. Once I will publish or update, I can see this is available. Let's consider you want to see the history of status history. You can see whenever I will update, you will get status history available. This time I want to change from review to critical. This got changed. But whenever I will navigate into the history, you can see this is history generated. So whenever we'll change and we want to verify who has made the changes from status one status to the other status, we can quickly see it, which is available very easily. Coming down to this count of this status history, we can see up to 15 status history here, which you can make it according to your need. So this is how we can add, map with the status, add the label prefix, as well as seeing the status history by using handy status, which is very quick. Next options, if I wanted to show the status, page status. Here, let's see you have this page status available. So handy page status indicates the Confluence documentation status, which creates status options that work best for your company process. Reuse the status sets across page for status consistency and make updates in one click from the page view mode. So whenever you will create any page, you will see add status available. Here you have to simply click on this and set the path. Even you can create it new status set from here. And let me see document status. I want to mark this as approved. Click on save. This will becomes the page status available. Similar way, you can also see it for others, which is already highlighted. For explaining you, I've kept some of the status blank. That's the reason I can map it. So based on my requirements, I can keep any status from this list, and you can see would have updated successfully. This is how we can add page status or change the status. If you want to change the status, simply click on the status and you can modify the status. This is done. If you want to see status history, you can see the status history which is available here. How many times you'll modify the page status, that will get added. You can see documents update history also available. Once you'll click this time, you will see 3 status histories are available. As I mentioned in the previous part, this also have 15 top 15 status history available on status history page. To work on this, we also have page status report. So if you want to filter it down all your page status report, you can see it which is available. Here you can select any spaces which you want, and based on that click on search and you will get status pages are available. Similar way, we can also tag multiple spaces where you will get multiple spaces pages are updated or pages are available. So you can see this. Even you can search with sets, adding sets as well as status. Here, when I will search with the plan, we don't have anything. But when I will search with the development task status, I can see there is an idea available. Even we can filter it out based on the author. Here I will mark this as a blank, and you can see based on the author. Even we can apply the filter based on the last updated after. This is how we can filter it out page status report. But if you want to modify this, navigate it to app sections, and from here in the configurations page, if you want to disable it, you can simply disable this configurations. Here also you can see the handy macros are available. From here, manage handy status, you can modify it, you can create a new status set, and even if you want, you can directly rename or delete it from this options. So which is very simple enough. If you want to delete complete sets, you can directly delete it from here. Even if you want to delete any threads from this section, you can also delete it. This is how we can use handy page status in Confluence pages. Next option is handy date. Handy date macros allows us to insert interactive dates that we can change on the fly in the page view mode. Coming down to the examples or coming down to the scenario of handy dates where we can use and how we can utilize it. Sometimes in the decision makings, we need some dates, event meetings, product requirement documents, project status, as well as if we are hosting any events that time, we can utilize handy dates. All those activities we can perform it on the page level basis. So let's consider we are working on weekly meeting notes. Here, if I will navigate it to this, where I wanted to add one more column which contains the update dates. When here I want to add date or targeted date. I mean, whenever I will add targeted date, here to add the date, simply add handy dates. In terms of handy dates, you can specify your macro coloring. This, whenever you will toggle this coloring tab, it will enable the color codes. Let's consider I wanted to mark this as future dates. So you can see future dates are available in gray color. Let's consider I wanted to mark this as today's date. This color codes are available, which we can also edit it for our reference. Let me mark this for this one, even I want to copy and paste it to the next one. This copied, but I can modify it with different dates. Again, copy and paste it for the next one. Now I can see there's a change of color codes. For next 7 days, it is showing in the orange. The first one is for current date, it's in red. But if I want to modify it for the future dates, it will be in gray color. But we can also set the color codes as well. There's no limitations at all. But here, if we'll modify the dates from T2 to 3, this will also get added. So this is how we can modify the dates accordingly. Let's consider I want to postpone it. I can see this added. Update this, and here this page is available with handy dates. We have added here past date, then also you can see it. Now here, if you want to change the status, simply click on this and we can immediately change it without moving into the different directions here. It's very quick. You can change on any of those status. Select the fields whichever you want to perform as a part of status or status history. You can see quickly here. So let me change this one, and now it's done. Initially, we did it same thing for this one, status history. You can see it. It's updated immediately. In terms of date as well, here you can change the date very quickly. You don't have to switch it to the pick or date. So this is a PPR feature which is available for handy macros in Confluence. We can switch very quickly these dates without changing or going into the edit mode of any Confluence pages. If you want to explore any of the other handy macros, you can explore it like handy button, handy pool, handy cards, deeds, and the status timestamp. To conclude all this, by using this macro, we can make our life easy. If we want to highlight any items which might be required for critical or blocker, we can use this type of macro. So that's all from this video. Hope you enjoyed the content. If you think so this will be useful, don't forget to share within your circle. If you have any feedback, suggestions related to this add-on, feel free to add in the comment sections, and feel free to add your valuable thoughts about this add-on, how you can use it in your regular life, or how this add-on will change your life from day-to-day activities. So that's all from this video. Hope you enjoyed the content and will happy to see you in further part of the video. Thank you for watching.